I used to be the trader that would literally blow accounts like it was their full-time job. I would be over leveraging, over trading, and overthinking. And obviously that helped me stay unprofitable, but I was able to transform myself and change the way that I think, reprogram the way that I think to now own a house in cash, own multiple cars, have a separate place out in Miami. And it all was due to a mindset shift, not by anything different on the charts, because my strategy was good. The confluences that I was trading with were really good as well. And it's literally the same exact strategy that I'm using to this day that I was using back when I was unprofitable. The only thing that I had to change was the way that I thought. So today in this video, I want to teach you guys how to reverse and reprogram your guys' psychology so that you guys can hopefully break out of that unprofitability spell to eventually turn into a profitable day trader. So with that being said, let's get into it. So when I first got into trading, just like everybody else, I was just like, boom, this is going to make me rich in 1 week or in 2 weeks. And in fact, I was like, I need this to make me rich in the next 1 week or 2 weeks. And if you are in that position right now and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be it, I'm gonna learn the reprogramming and then boom, it's gonna happen. Bro, just literally click off the video. Trading's not going to be for you, my guy. You might wanna fill out a McDonald's application, okay? All in all, just like any other unprofitable trader, we get into this because we want to get rich quick. That's why the majority of us get into online money-making businesses in the first place, or into these side hustles, because we're like, look at all these people online that are making a shit ton of money. Look at TJR, he's making so much money day trading. I'm gonna be just like him tomorrow. Or look at this person, he's making so much money drop shipping. I can't wait to be like him next month. And that's just not the case with any form of success. It's going to take some time to be able to get there. And by putting yourself in this headspace, you are automatically fucking up. You are literally putting yourself at a disadvantage because you're putting a set time. If this doesn't work out in a week, then I'm said and done and I'll move on to the next thing, or this thing won't work. And it will cause you to not get the results that you want, but it also doesn't give you enough time to get the results that you want. And it also causes you to act in a certain way to not get the results that you want. Your headspace is what causes you to act the way that you guys do. Your subconscious is what causes you to act the way that you do. So in order for us to get the results that we want, we need to reprogram our subconscious to be able to take actions in the way that we want to be able to reach our goals. And with that headspace of saying, I need to get rich today, I need to get rich in a week, I need to get rich in a month, without expanding our time horizons, it will never lead to the results that we need or that we want. Once you guys fall into this trap, you guys will probably start realizing that you guys are making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Man, I keep over trading. Man, I keep over leveraging. Oh man, I was a little bit too greedy within the market. You start noticing these mistakes occur over and over and over again. But the worst part about it is that we keep repeating these mistakes over and over and over again, and we need to do something about it. Why do we know the mistakes that we're making? We know the mistakes that are holding us back from getting to our end goals. Why do we keep repeating them? It's because our subconscious is programmed and thinking in a certain way to cause us to act in that manner. And trust me, the reason why I know this, and a lot of you guys are like, man, that sounds just like me. I keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. I can't stick to my strategy. I can't stick to my risk management plan. And that's what's causing me to fuck up. I was there before. That was literally me when I was an unprofitable trader. I was like, hey, if I just stuck to my strategy, if I just use good risk management, then I would probably be a profitable trader. But for whatever reason, I couldn't help myself to stop over trading, to stop over leveraging, to stop overthinking. There was something that I had to change. And again, the real breakthrough didn't happen by me changing something in my strategy, because I already had a good strategy. The real breakthrough didn't come through of me readjusting my risk management plan. I wasn't even fucking following my risk management plan, and you aren't either. The biggest adjustment for me was remanaging and rearranging how I thought about trading. And the first biggest thing that helped me get to where I wanted to go with trading was just expanding my time horizons. The majority of day traders that you guys see on YouTube or on TikTok or on social media that are finding success, you see how long it took for them to acquire this high leverage skill that can change your life forever. And they tell you, hey, this took me a year. This took me 2 years to be able to finally turn profitable. And that's when I started seeing results. What makes you think that you are the exception to these time horizons? What makes you think that you will be able to learn this very high value, very high leverage skill that a lot of other people really, really want to do as well? What makes you think that you can do that in 2 weeks? If you were able to do it in 2 weeks, then everybody would be doing this. That's not the case. all of the best rewards lie at the end of years and months of hard work to be able to get to that point. So the first big thing that I had to change in my head was understanding that this isn't going to happen in a week. This isn't going to happen in a month. And this might not happen in a year, but I know that if I put my head down and be consistent at this skill, continuing trying to grow on a daily basis, correct my mistakes, then over time, I am bound to succeed. And I don't care about what the timeline is, because I know once I achieve this skill, as you guys have seen me do, once I achieve this skill, it will endlessly reward me for the rest of my life. That is how you guys need to be thinking about this. And at the end of the day, 1 year, 2 years worth of sacrifice to be able to change your life forever is a tiny little blip on your massive timeline of life. Imagine you guys put in a bunch of hard work for a year or 2 years straight, and then that drastically alters literally the trajectory of your life forever. Me personally, I'm risking and I'm putting my all into that year, into those 2 years, and I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't give a fuck how hard it is, because I know the end result that is going to be waiting for me at the end of all that hard work. The second thing that I had to reprogram in my head was treating trading like a business. How can I handle myself like a real fucking businessman in trading? How can I treat myself like I'm already at those goals that I dream and aspire to be? You guys always see me. You guys always see all these other profitable traders getting on here talking about stick to your strategy, stick to your risk management plan. Yet you guys, as unprofitable traders, seem to fail to do that over and over again. You guys are not acting and you guys are not behaving like profitable traders. This is why manifestation works. When we say, I'm a profitable trader, I am making this much per month with day trading, I stick to my day trading strategy, I stick to my risk management plan. By putting that in our subconscious, we in turn will want to act that way. So we need to reverse engineer this, and this is a really good role play for you guys to do. Sit yourself down and imagine yourself having achieved all of your goals and all of your dreams, being a profitable trader, making X amount of money per month, having whatever car, having whatever house. Put yourself in your dream life. That's right here. You can see and you can understand that this is possible. Now let's think about what steps did he or she have to do to be able to get to this point. And we just go back down the steps of the timeline. They sure as hell didn't get there by over leveraging. They sure as hell didn't get there by over trading. They sure as hell didn't get there by overthinking. So we need to reverse engineer this. Think about, okay, who do I want to be? And start acting like them. Because if we have this person as our goal, dream person, dream life, and we can start acting as if we are this person at this end of your timeline, then those actions are going to lead you to where your dreams are, to where your goals are. And that was a big thing that I had to change in my head, because I sat myself down one day and I was like, man, I keep fucking up. And I watched a YouTube video and I'm like, man, I want to figure this out. And then eventually it just fucking clicked in my head. I'm like, wait, what if I just did what I was supposed to? I know that sounds stupid, but you just do what you're supposed to and stop making the same mistakes over and over again. And that's a lot easier said than done. And this leads me into the third step of discipline no matter what. Discipline is one of the most difficult skills to build, because there's bad habits that traumatize our lives every single day. And there's not a single person in this entire world that doesn't not have a bad habit. There's not a single person. Everybody in the world has a bad habit or multiple bad habits. It's up to us to try and break down those bad habits that are limiting us to be able to complete those steps to get to our dream goal, to become our dream person, to have our dream life. We know the steps that we have to take in order to get there. We know the timeline that it's going to take in order to get there. Matter of fact, we don't give a fuck about the timeline that it's going to take in order to get there, because we know that if we follow those steps with discipline, with consistency, eventually, if we are acting like this person over here as an unprofitable trader, if we act as a profitable trader, as an unprofitable trader, what do you think eventually is going to happen as time goes on, as weeks and months and potentially a year goes on? You're going to get closer and closer and closer and closer to that profitable trader goal dream life that you guys want. I know it sounds crazy, but when you sit yourself down every day knowing damn well that you are unprofitable, knowing that you're not successful in the markets, imagine what that does for your trading. Imagine what that does for you. So what I used to do when I was unprofitable, I would take a cold shower. Again, you guys don't need to do this, but this is what worked for me. I would take a cold shower, and while the water's rushing over my head, I would say to myself over and over and over again, I am a profitable trader. I stick to my trading plan. I stick to my risk management plan. And I would say a bunch of other bullshit too that you guys can, by all means, do it. I would say, I own a Lambo. I'm investing in crypto. Just things that I wanted to happen in my life so I could reprogram my subconscious so that when I did sit down at the charts, I had all these things just ringing in my head over and over and over again. I am a profitable trader. I stick to my day trading strategy. I stick to my risk management plan. I own a Lambo, whatever. I'm investing in crypto. All of these things are just going through my head over and over and over again. Matter of fact, I completely forgot that I have this right next to me. This is my old notebook. Look, I'll literally bring up what I would say. Bro, here we go. Read daily. Read daily. I will be a millionaire. I will own a Lamborghini. I will take good trades. I will see good setups. I will be patient. I will be patient. I will be patient. I had to write that down 3 times because patience was one of my issues. I was saying I would only look at the 4-hour, 1-hour daily timeframes to enter, blah, blah, blah. But you guys get the point. I would write these things down, and on top of that, I would say these things so that it was so drilled in my head that by the time I sat myself down to be able to trade, I wasn't saying I'm unprofitable, like, because that just is going to be ringing in your head. And I'm sure it's ringing in your guys' head where you're just like, man, I can't pass a funded account. I can't make money in the markets. And then you get on to the markets. And then guess what? You're going to act that way. You're going to act irresponsibly. You're going to act like an unprofitable trader. And then where is that going to lead you on your timeline? To forever be stuck, to forever be an unprofitable trader because you're thinking in a unprofitable trader's mindset versus if you can reprogram your mind and think, I am a profitable trader. I am successful in trading. I follow my trading plan. I follow my risk management plan. And then you wake up every single day, say those things over and over and over and over again, and then you be consistent with those actions, with those steps, with that headspace, you are eventually going to take steps that lead you to this goal. And believe it or not, you're eventually going to become this human that you've like literally dreamed about. You're literally going to blink one day after time has passed of you just doing this over and over and over again, and you're going to wake up in your dream life. I'm telling you guys this because the same shit happened to me where all of this just like flew by, bro. I remember exactly when I was unprofitable, and I remember how hard it was for me to be able to try and master these charts. But I think back to that, and it feels like fucking yesterday that happened. And I feel like I blinked my eyes and now I open them and I'm living this dream life that I've always wanted for myself. And the same thing can happen for you. Obviously, all of this sounds great. And for some of you guys are probably like, oh yeah, there's no way this actually like is going to apply to trading. Trading, it like consists of a whole bunch of stuff, and success consists of a whole bunch of stuff. And strategy, understanding how the market moves, is just one small, minuscule piece of the puzzle of you becoming a profitable trader. If I were to talk to my unprofitable self right now, which is you guys, that's why I make these videos in the first place. And if I were to be able to tell him one thing, you already know enough about strategy. You already know enough about confluences. You already know enough about the charts and why they move in the way that they do. You need to step away from that and step into your own brain and figure out why you are undisciplined, why you keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Because at the end of the day, it's not your strategy that is causing you to lose money. It's your bad habits that are causing you to lose money, causing you to blow funded accounts, and stopping you from reaching your dream goal. And that's exactly what I try and teach literally all of my students. That's why I'm making this YouTube video for you guys. The people that are within my blueprint program, they not only learn strategy, but I alternate between trade recap calls, market recap calls, but also psychological calls to help get these people and unprofitable traders over these roadblocks on their timeline to be able to get them to where they want to go. Because I know how important it was within my journey where I knew so much about the charts. You guys already know so much about the charts. If you guys have gone through my free course, I'll leave a link in the description. If you guys have gone through the boot camp on YouTube, if you guys have gone through that 5.5 hour long video, you guys know a lot about why price moves the way that it does on the charts. You guys probably don't need to be drilling that more and more. What you guys do need to be drilling is your head, your mental, your psychology. That is what's holding you guys back. A lot of unprofitable traders, they get into the market and they just think strategy, 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 strategy. That's going to be the key to my success. And yes, it's a part of the key to success within trading, but it's not everything. And when you make it everything, you are holding yourself back because there's so many other things like discipline, psychology, consistency that are required to get you guys to this dream goal. And that's why with my blueprint students, I alternate between market recap because most of these guys, they know my strategy like the back of their fucking hand. Okay, we're in there going over their trades and I'm like, yup, you took the same trade as me. Yup, you took the same trade as me. Yup, you took the same trade as me. But some of them, even though they're taking the same trades as me, even though they're using the same strategy as me, because I give them full in-depth strategy and like breakdown using my confluences, teach them how to do that on their own, they're still unprofitable. Why? Because they're undisciplined, because they're not consistent, because they're over leveraging, because maybe they took the same trade as me as their first trade of the day, but then they got greedy and then they took two more, and those two more trades set them back and caused them to blow a funded account, caused them to blow their live account, caused them to over risk, caused them to over leverage. And that's why I reinforce psychology so much within my program, which again, if you guys want to be one of my students, you guys can click the link down in the description. I could care less if you guys want to be my student or not, because this video is going to help you guys a lot regardless. But we need to be drilling not only strategy, but also psychology. Strategy is one of the easiest things. You learn it, you drill it during live market, but people just completely neglect psychology and how they should be thinking about trading. And I'm telling you guys, on a weekly basis, I get on Zoom calls with my students and I break down how they should be thinking about the markets, different ways, different drills, different homework for them to sit down and reprogram their brains so that they can think about trading in the right way. And I want the same thing to be possible for you guys, whether it's watching this YouTube video right now, so you guys can get in the right headspace to be able to reprogram your brain, because I'm telling you guys right now, you guys probably already know strategy like the back of your fucking hand, but you're missing out on psychology. And that's why I'm making this YouTube video. That's why my blueprint students go over psychology calls with me and other coaches on a weekly basis, to reinforce that. And that's why you guys see so many fucking success stories. On my Instagram story, I'm posting testimonials every single fucking day of people that are passing funded accounts, that are making money on a consistent basis. And you're probably sitting there watching those thinking, why isn't that me? It's because we are doing work to be able to change these people's brains. On YouTube, it's one thing for me to sit here and say, you guys need to do it, and then it's just up to y'all. But for me and my students, I prioritize them over everything else. I make sure that they do that. We do drills within calls. I'm getting on a call once a week with them, giving them a speech like this, breaking down how they can think about trading in a different way so that they can get over those roadblocks that are causing them to stay far, far away from this dream life that they have in mind. And by doing that, it's going to remove those roadblocks to help them have a clear, narrow, straight path towards profitability. So again, if you guys want to be one of my students, you guys can click the link down in the description. Those people are getting coached directly from me, getting talks like this to help them rearrange their psychology to be able to get to where they want to go. But also this YouTube video is great for you guys as well. But with YouTube, it's just like, I'm trying to tell you guys like, hey, please do it. And then it's up to you guys to do it. So there you have it. I love and appreciate y'all. Hopefully, please, I'm fucking begging you guys, take action and do these things that I'm saying in this video. And if you guys completely neglect this video, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, because trading is a lot more than just understanding where the chart wants to go. It's way more than understanding where the chart wants to go. I could know damn well where the chart wants to go, but if I'm over risking, over leveraging, over trading, overthinking, I'm not going to find success in the markets. And that's what I'll leave you guys with. I love and appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.